Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we have a reading for you about somebody that has a decision to make. This could be about a job, this could be about a relationship, this could be about a financial situation, whether or not to move or pursue somebody. It's a major decision, though, and I feel like you've been kind of waiting for the right moment, or maybe even kind of see how she's covering her eyes, maybe even kind of wanting to avoid this decision because you know there is some sense of sacrifice associated with finalizing whatever this decision is. Maybe there'll be people that'll be upset with you. Maybe you have to kind of like release an old life, whatever it is. It does look like time is running out to make a decision. So let's call in spirit. A little bit of wind chime time. And I also want to just gleefully tell you all, if you look in the description box below, I finally have a link for my second channel. I went with Curious Carmen ASMR. But there's also a link in my About You section for the Wicked Ones Tarot channel, and it might take me a little while to figure out how I want to approach the ASMR vibe. But one cool thing is if you subscribe early on, I won't have commercials for a little bit, because as long as they haven't changed it, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, I believe. So come on down and watch some without commercials for a little bit. I'm hoping to have my first video up tonight, so fingers crossed. Hello there, Lucas. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day too. Let's see. So we've got somebody with a decision. I'm going to go with the signs of the times. Let's see what else we've got for you. Hello there, William. How are you? Oh, thank you. Hello, Grant. Yep, I do enjoy the puns, so keep them coming. All right, we've got, I don't know how often I've seen this card, to be honest. We've got Destiny or Palm, and this is number 18 with a very Titanic-esque handprint. I'm glad to hear that, Lucas. Tea and crumpets. I've had crumpets, actually. They're delightful. I would compare them to an English muffin, which makes a lot of sense if you think about it. Why did I not associate the fact that we call them English muffins with the fact that they could potentially, be English? I don't know. Maybe they're different. But, they have the little pockets for the butter to melt in. Always talking about food on my channel. I can't help it. Anyways, we also have number 7, which is the feather. Kind of matches my shirt today. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty stoked on that. Messages. So there's a message of great importance that comes in. It does have, like I said, it has a big influence on somebody's life. All right, this is the mystical cat. That's a pretty fair guess. Hello there, Hamid. How are you doing? Oh, Suki? Oh gosh, please be patient with me. I did really enjoy reading Charlene Harris's books and then watched True Blood. So if I ever say it oh God, what's his name? The dude that she actually ended up marrying. Anyways, if I go, Suki, please don't judge me. It's too much fun to say it that way. What am I going to eat later? I made this little dish with rice and green beans and slightly spicy sausage. Probably going to eat that. It's pretty delicious. I like to put a little soy sauce on it. Or what is it called? I think it's called Cowboy Bob's, which is kind of like a mix of teriyaki. No, maybe it's just kind of teriyaki sauce, to be honest, or steak saucy vibes. It's a little thicker. It's good stuff. All right. We've got 7 of Fire. Stop it. That's the same. Oh my God, you guys, I didn't even read from the cards. Hold on. I'm sorry. Okay, so from the Poe Tarot, we had the 7 of Candles, right? Which we have another one of, but we'll get to that in a second. That's the 7 of Wands, right? And the man shuddered and turned his face away and fled afar off in haste, so that I beheld him no more. A little bit of a runaway energy, eh? Believe, this is on the 2 of Swords. Believe nothing you hear and only one half that you see. So we have somebody that may have gotten scared off by something that was not actually as scary as they thought. You know what? This is kind of interesting because when I went to go live for this reading, I was like taking the thumbnail picture, you know, where I'm like, I didn't like it, I had to retake it, but I hit go live instead of take the like thumbnail picture. And then I was like, oh God, I did the wrong thing. I had to delete and then like restart the live stream. So I feel like we had somebody with a little bit of a messed up here, right? They read the situation wrong. Maybe an offer letter or like an interview didn't go well. Maybe if you're talking about living somewhere or buying a house somewhere, there's issues with paperwork. There's some kind of misstep initially, but I think it works in your favor. There's timing that is really important. And I feel like this little delay was good because it helps somebody, I think, formulate the last little pieces of clarity that they need before they can make this decision. And there could also be a sense of one or both parties being a little bit more open to making things work because there was like a misstep where maybe one or both of them were thinking, I might not actually get what I want here. So we have the 7 of Wands again and the Earth Queen in the reverse, which is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This is basically talking about like not having solid ground, feeling a little bit like you can't trust what you're doing, feeling like you're taking a little bit of a risk. So this could be, if it's like more along the career or professional side, this could be a little bit of a risk because it asks you to move or it asks you to leverage some sense of education that you haven't used in a while or pursue a certification in something different. If this is a love situation, you have to step out of your comfort zone because I think you're actually like opening yourself up to somebody, right? But we have the 3 of Earth, which is 3 of Pentacles, the Moon, and the 10 of Sea in the reverse, 10 of Cups in the reverse. I do feel like there's a sense of walking away from what doesn't work for you anymore, leaving behind a community or a workplace or a family life, something that just doesn't really click, something that makes you feel like things are put into a more stressful position. Hello there, Mercedes. How are you doing? Hello, Soul Origin. No Dr. Pepper today. You know what? I forgot mine upstairs. You and I, we're going through the same struggles, my friend. Hello there, Aubrey. How are you doing, hon? Power outages. Do you mean like actual electricity? Because you put them in like quotation marks. So you got to tell me what are we talking about here? Oh my gosh, you guys know each other? That's awesome. Hello, Hunter. How are you doing? I love the like 37 ends. It's probably more than that. I don't know. It's a lot. Yeah. Look, there's this moon card being next to the 3 of Earth, 3 of Pentacles. It makes me feel like you had to be secretive or you felt like other people were secretive. Wherever it is that you feel you need to walk away from. Maybe there was just an environment of distrust, right? People that were constantly throwing other people under the bus, high competition or stress in terms of completing what you need to do or interacting with these people. So this could be like in-laws that are really, really strict or difficult to deal with. This could be coworkers, this could be friends. But it's like you had to tiptoe around and you couldn't really feel comfortable just being yourself. That doesn't feel like home to me. Seven of Sky, Seven of Swords. This is wearing a mask. So we have two cats here, right? One of them has a paw taking a mouse from the other cat because the cat's distracted by the birds flying. So let me just distract you so I can take something from you that you already worked for. Somebody could have stolen your ideas. Someone could have tried to take your money as soon as you deposited it, right? There's greed here. For those of you who have dealt with an employer that doesn't pay correctly or walks back commission payments, whatever it is, there's something not so great here. Fire Queen, which is the Queen of Wands in the reverse. The Nine of Sky or Nine of Swords. So if it's financially beneficial for you to move on from the situation because you were being taken advantage of, if it's emotionally beneficial for you to move on because you don't feel like you can trust any of these people because they like to throw you under the bus, and you just feel like you've had enough, then why are you staying in this Nine of Swords energy? Why are you feeling guilty? I don't think you need to feel guilty. And I'm Norwegian, okay? Like, hey, if you're actually from Norway, like I just have like, I've met family over there. I've been to Norway. I would love to go back. I would live there. But I'm not like Norwegian, right? I've just always been told, like, from my grandma, grandpa, mom, aunt, everybody, like guilt is basically a religion for Norwegians, Scandinavians, maybe. If you can't get it done by simply asking someone, then guilt them into it. Like, that's how I got to go to church so many times. It's just like powerful guilt trips, right? I feel like we have somebody trying to guilt trip you into staying longer at a job you don't want to be at, doing something for like a friend or a family member that isn't really your responsibility, or taking care of something, again, that is like not on your plate, shouldn't be on your plate. Stop making yourself into the perfect people pleaser victim, okay? If it's not your responsibility, it's not your responsibility. I had a project that I had been working on when I quit a job, and I knew I was going to quit. So I typed up literally 6 pages, okay? 6 pages, detailed notes. Here's where I'm at. Here's what we need to do next. Here are the people you need to contact. Here's what I expect the outcome to be. Like, laid it all out for you. I didn't have to do that, but I did it because I didn't want you to like be weird about my last couple of days, right? Like, yeah, it's already done. You want to just like let me go and then you can pay me for these 2 weeks? Rad. So there's something here that basically another person's trying to leverage over you or use to control you. And what I'm trying to tell you is you don't have to give them that power. There were times where I quit because I had, secured another job. I put in my 2 weeks notice and they thought that they could just be like, okay, well, we're going to like kick you out now. Now this depends on like state law, right? Because I don't know if this is true in Tennessee, but in Minnesota it was. If they let you go early from those 2 weeks, they still have to pay you those 2 weeks. And that's why I always quit via email, and I would blind carbon copy myself whatever documentation I felt I needed before I put in my 2 weeks notice. And I would blind carbon copy myself the actual email where I was putting in my 2 weeks notice, right? Like CYA, man. I feel like if you do cover your butt or you do make an effort to make this easy for somebody else to take ownership of, you can let go of that guilt, right? Great, that's funny. I would never steal from a cat. Never. The audacity. Like, you're gonna get it. Like, they're gonna like remember that. Hold it against you. Find some opportunity to get back at you. She just like she never catches mice though. How am I going to get one back from her? Not entirely true. Hi there, Bertha. How are you doing? Hello, Tiana. Great, you're funny. All right, we've got the Six of Cups or Six of Sea. I love it. It's just a bunch of kitty cats like partying at a swimming pool. It kind of looks like it's indoors, so schmancy. Okay. I gotta say though, like as much as I love this card, it's clarifying our Three of Pentacles. So I kind of feel like this is somebody doing all the heavy lifting while others are sitting there like gallivanting around or having a great time. Like you get to do all of the work. So I'm not going to name names, but like I do have like some examples coming to mind of people that are like perfectly able to go get themselves a beverage, but ask somebody else to go get it for them. Or maybe you like pay somebody to do some landscaping or some mowing or some painting at your house. And then you just sit there and you eat popcorn while they do it because you don't have to do it and it's cool. It's along those lines, right? I'm going to let somebody else do all the work. I'm going to sit here, put my feet up, maybe have a snack. So, you know, like, I don't think they really want to help you. Which it kind of makes sense, right? They want you to do all of the work. You might hear my stomach grumble because like I can feel it. Why do I always do this? I always do readings when I'm hungry. All right, we have the stars, which is a really sweet card in this deck. We have the Four of Earth or Four of Pentacles in the reverse. And we have the Sun. Yeah, I think you're letting go of this sense that you have to be the one to save the day or you have to be the one to do things the right way because nobody else will. I mean, have you ever quit a job and just like kind of wondered, like, are you going to be here in a year? Because like, kind of feels like you don't know what you're doing. Hunter, I would love to help if you want. I do have the personal reading thing in my description box, but like, you know, I've also been tossing around that idea of like doing like a $5 one question reading. You guys, you got to tell me, do you want that? Hi, Sierra. How are you doing, sweetie? Oh, thank you, Tiana. All right. So I really do love that we have the Sun card because this is the happiest card in the deck. Those cats look pretty happy, sunning, just chilling. But we get to this point of being happy, feeling fulfilled because of the truth that brings us there. You can be fake happy all you want. We can get like all matrixy about it. If you are wearing rose-colored glasses in order to fake some sort of happiness, it'll never feel real to you, right? If you go through the difficult things required to get to a place where you do feel like you belong and you don't have to deal with these people that keep secrets and make you feel like you can't tell them who you are or what you got going on because they're going to take something from you. When you let go of that kind of situation, those environments, those people, life gets easier, right? So I feel like we have somebody forgiving themselves, moving on from a family, workplace, or a relationship, some sort of responsibility, admitting it was never their responsibility to begin with. Somebody else just kind of like threw it at them. And that it's their time to be happy. It's their time to find a better job, find a better home, find a better relationship, live life on their own, right? So definitely like an independent vibe. We might see the Nine of Pentacles come out at some point. This is the Situations deck. Hello. How's it going, Drew? Buttercup, I like it. Soul origin. Well, I don't know. I don't know how to respond to that. Dr. Peppers probably are better if you have someone to talk to, though. I'm just gonna say that. There are times where I'll go in just for Dr. Pepper to like hang out with my friends, and it's a bar, and everybody just looks at me like, "You just a Dr. Pepper, huh?" I always have to make some stupid joke too, like, "He's the only guy who's ever satisfied me, Dr. Pepper." Mm-hmm. Yep. You know, maybe I just like Dr. Pepper. Okay, I used to like beer. Dos Equis every now and then, but like, it's Dr. Pepper, you guys. It's my main man. Cool. Thank you for the feedback, Tiana. I will post if I do that. Thank you, Bertha. I like it. Hi there, Peggy. How are you doing? So we have waves and TikTok, time running out. Decision day, right? I think we have some stabilization happening here. As somebody moves away from a difficult community, a difficult family, a difficult workplace, things calm down. Have you ever had such a stressful day that when you get home and you can finally relax, even the little things that really aren't that big of a deal start stressing you out because you've had all of those stressors like leading up to that, right? I feel like somebody's wiping them away, like cleaning a whiteboard or ripping out a piece of paper from a journal. I don't have to have that in the back of my mind anymore because I addressed that, or I'm finally making the changes that I need to in order to be able to like actually make this what I want it to be. So thinking clear, having some distance from some toxicity, and then realizing, well, there is still a little bit of stress because I have to make a decision. So you might have like a job offer that has a time limit, right? We would like to hear a response from you within 2 days, right? We'll give you a couple of days. We understand you might be looking at, housing or considering other jobs, whatever it might be. All right, we have Archangel Michael. Lost, ghosted, blocked, cut off. There's something here about timing. You were meant to walk away from something, my friend. You were meant to acknowledge that people were not trustworthy and that it wasn't a good environment for you. I'm very proud of you. I've had to walk away from things and it felt like I was walking away from my own like skin. It's painful sometimes to leave something in the past, to choose kind of like a ambiguous unknown, but you are protected. There is a path that is meant to be walked by you and you are being led in that direction. So I feel like this feels strange, but also like home, if that makes sense. So I had a really long drive, obviously, when I was moving here from Minnesota. And when I started to get to kind of like recognizable territory in Tennessee, because I had visited here, a lot because of family members that lived here. I had never lived in Tennessee, but it felt like I was coming home. It felt like this was where I was supposed to be. So I feel like that's something you're going to experience when you do get into the right job, the right house, the right neighborhood, the right whatever relationship. Oh, thank you, Bertha. That's so sweet. Hold on. I got to figure out. Hunter, what are we talking about? Are you talking to somebody else? All the archetypes, huh? Why have I never thought of taking Dr. Pepper donations? Y'all want to donate some Dr. Peppers to me? Let's do this. Hello, Paul. How are you doing? You have wheelies? I'm kind of jealous. I have roller skates, but I feel like wheelies are like better because you can be incognito with it for a little bit, right? That's so true, Drew. You just you. They are fun, aren't they? So we have insatiable, unquenchable, wanting more, and lockbox, closed in, trapped, frustrated. So there were others that were unyielding in their demands of you, whether it be domestic, professional, relationship, financial. I don't know how I can leave because they need me. Is maybe a little bit difficult to see for what it truly is, because there are situations where people need you, right? Maybe you have an ailing parent, maybe you have a small child. There are situations where we sacrifice our own happiness because it is the right thing to do. Let's not negate that, right? But this to me feels like a situation where instead of doing something for themselves, instead of helping themselves, they take your mouse. You need some mice? I got mice. You can come have a mouse. I got them. I got a dead one right here, guys. Actually, I think that one does still have a little juice in it. Maybe. But really, though, this is somebody who wants you to fix their problems, wants you to do their work, wants you to make their money, wants you to do everything for them. Go get me a Dr. Pepper, baby. When they could get up and get their own Dr. Pepper. Just saying. I get my own Dr. Peppers, okay? All right, this is the Rider-Waite. Oh, ludicrous. Man, I used to like not really like him, and then I really I had to admit that I was wrong. He's legit. Luda. That's funny though. Paul. Oh Lord, what have I gotten myself into? It's actually really hard to explain that to somebody who doesn't watch my channel. It's like talking about creating merch and told my friend like, yeah, I made like a whip t-shirt, and they're like, what are you into? I was like, no. Well, no, but kind of. I mean, I think that's kind of what the joke, but no, it's innocent mostly. It's a joke from a church organization. It gets weird, like really weird and like fast, you guys. So thank you for like appreciating it. All right, so we have the Four of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the reverse. Yeah, this dead mouse just makes me think of like, what do I call him? Is he like a DJ? He's technically a DJ, right? You know, artist dead mouse. Which is weird because I just saw like a reel or a short video of him where he was like live with a bunch of his fans, and somebody sent him like a really good sample or something, and he just like lost his mind, like, oh my god, this is actually really good. Okay, so anyways, I'm sorry, I'm trying to stay focused. All right, sounds good, Hunter. We have good news, and you're being advised to shut the hell up about it. Okay, so this is like if you were to win the lottery, right? If things changed overnight and all of a sudden you're rich, don't be blabbing your everybody, okay? Please. If I teach you all anything aside from like self-love and respect, that's the first thing, right? The second thing should be if you win the lottery, you shut up. You don't tell anybody. You don't go buy a car or like buy a house. You be quiet with that, okay? There's good news that comes in, and you got to be quiet about it. It changes everything, and you got to be quiet about it. So this kind of does feel like for many of you, you might have to like sit on good news about a good job or a new living situation or a romantic situation. Just quiet. Hello, T. Marie. Hello, Asher. How we doing? You are right. That is. Yeah, you know what? It's hard to know how to respond to that, Asher, because I think in general, there's always going to be sacrifices if you are a parent, because you do have to, in some situations, not buy things for yourself because you're buying something for your kids, right? Things like that. But as far as like going the extent of sacrificing your own happiness, sometimes that's what you have to do in order to protect them, would be my argument. But in general, the rule should be try to limit how much you have to sacrifice your own happiness so that you can avoid building resentment, right? But I am not a parent, so I'm not going to be telling you all how to parent. Just like vibes I catch from like my friends that have kids, right? Hello there, Keith. How are you doing? Oh, thank you. So, what is this good news? Your patience has paid off. I told you we would see the Nine of Pentacles. I done told you. Your patience, your determination to do right by your responsibilities, by yourself, pay off. And I feel like it's financial. You may all of a sudden see your business take off. You may get a job offer you didn't expect. You may get a pay raise you didn't expect. You might sell a house and get much more than you thought you would get. There's something here about you doing better than you expected. And it's the universe saying you should have been having this all along. You know what I think it is? I think it's that time, energy, recognition, success that somebody else tried to take from you. If somebody else was siphoning money off of you, if somebody else was trying to make you responsible for their things, you freeing yourself from that triggers this like universe wants to pay you back vibe. Like, oh, good. Now you don't have to worry about that person that was constantly taking all your crap. Here's that stuff we didn't want to give you because we didn't want that other person to take it. Like legitimately, if you are stuck in a situation where you constantly have to siphon off what you create, what you earn, what you build to somebody who does not deserve it, and you change that situation, your money gets better. Like, obviously, you're not going to be giving it to anybody anymore, right? Or not that person. You're going to save money like that. Like, if you were to quit smoking cigarettes, you don't have to pay that money anymore to that thing, right? But it's more than that. Oh, gosh. Dang. I told you we have a major choice to make, and that major choice has to do with your happiness, where you live, a happy family life, a happy relationship, a sense of belonging. Things are going to get better for you. But you might have to be a little... Ten of Swords in the reverse, Eight of Swords. You have grown from this situation that was taking from you. Even if you view yourself as having been weak, I'm going to remind you right now that you are stronger than you give yourself credit for. You've gotten through things that other people might not have gone through. You have become a better person because of the like trials and tribulations you've endured. But beyond that, you've also got a fresh perspective. You understand human suffering because you have suffered. It makes you a better person because you care more about other people. That's not always the case, but whoever you are, whoever I'm reading for, you've become a better person. You've become a stronger person, a more compassionate person because of what you've gone through. You have had to free yourself, though. The Star, the Nine of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. This is the thing, though. There's a decision you got to make. We have the Star and the Nine of Wands. I feel a lot of hesitation, a lot of defensiveness, a lot of fear, a lot of concern, because it's like, hey, that's the thing over there on that star card. That's what I've always wanted. It can't possibly be real. What? What? But it's right here. You looking right at it. What do you mean it's not real? You are looking at it. You have the piece of paper in your hand that tells you you have a job offer. You have the email in front of you that tells you you've been approved for the house. You have somebody looking you in your face, telling you that they want to spend the rest of your life or their life with you, or, you know, both. But like, why are you defensive? Why are you scared? Because you don't think it's real? Pinch yourself. Take a moment, drink a Dr. Pepper. And think about what you've done. I'm just kidding. And think about this decision. Are you really going to like not choose something because you think it's not real? Is there a sense of imposter syndrome here? Because I'm going to just tell you, this is you. You're independent. You have your ish together. Somebody else here was depending on you because you know how to handle situations. So stop pretending like you're not cool. You're freaking cool, okay? You don't need to be scared. A lot of us are faking it until we make it, okay? Like, bro, do you and me a favor. Check out my videos from like a year ago. Check out my videos from 2 years ago. Totally different background, right? That's when I was in Minnesota. Just tell me that I haven't like maybe improved a little. I'm clearly more comfortable doing this than I was back then. I had to fake it until I made it, okay? And I'm not saying I'm like, oh, I'm famous. I'm the best YouTuber ever. No, but like, I feel more comfortable now because I was willing to like put myself out there when I wasn't comfortable and just like deal with it, right? And I'm going to do that again with my second channel here whenever I get that started up. I think I just want a fireplace in my background. So that's what I'm trying to figure out is like, what's the background vibe, right? Because it's not tarot, right? Michael, welcome. If you're from Minnesota, stay tuned because I talk about my favorite, like the restaurants I miss from Minneapolis all the time. Unless you're not in Minneapolis, I guess that's like kind of less. Although I do know a pretty cool barbecue spot in Rochester if you're in Rochester. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is sometimes we cut ourselves out of amazing things because we don't believe in ourselves. Stop it. Stop it. I don't care if I look like a fool in my early videos. I don't care if I look like a fool on my second channel when I try to like figure out what the vibe is and try to, you know, make sure the background. I don't care because it's what I'm supposed to be doing. It's what makes me happy. So y'all want to make fun of me? That's cool. I don't care. So do the thing because you are good enough. Okay. We're going to go with the fairy godmother oracle if I can get to it. I have too many cards now. That's not true. I'll never have enough. But I have to like stack them now and it's sad. I need just like a mini library for tarot where it's just like a little like built-in desk and a large like walk-in closet and then just like shelves with tarot cards all over. That's the dream, you guys. I'm glad to hear that, Sierra. Oh, thank you, Pharaoh. You're so nice. And you are in Minneapolis. Well, just yesterday, Michael, I was talking about Mesa Pizza. Have you ever tried Mesa Pizza? Maybe you could like back me up here. I used to live like right on the Greenway. And over lunch, I would just walk a couple blocks and get some phenomenal food. Maybe it was Thai food. Maybe it was a sushi burrito. You might have to try Mesa Pizza just for like the good of everyone on this channel. It's right next to FedEx. It's delicious. Unless you don't like pizza. Like I'm more of a wings girl, so like I get it if you're not. Anyways. Oh, hello, Glorious. I'm glad they know your decision. All right, so from the Fairy Godmother Oracle, I didn't even look at this. Did you see my face? Divine love and celebrations. Okay, so here's the deal, okay? If you are leaving a toxic workplace or a toxic family life, toxic friendship group, but there's no love here involved for you, there will be. You move or you change these like social patterns and you meet somebody who is like, divine. If, however, you are making these changes and you already have your eye on somebody, maybe they live where you want to go, maybe things get easier if you move away or you change your job, maybe you want to work during days instead of nights so that you can date somebody. Whatever it is, some of you about to get married. Some of you are about to take your relationship to the next level. Some of you might move in together. But I do feel like there's some pretty serious soulmate energy here, where if it is not somebody that you already know, if it's not somebody motivating you to make these changes, there is somebody there. And that's part of why the universe is pulling you to that place. So listen to your intuition, people, even when it seems a little bit crazy. Good. I'm glad to hear it. You know, it's funny you mentioned that. I did ponder, like ASMR is like a pretty broad vibe, right? So like I could do a lot of different things. I think I'm going to do puzzles for you guys. But like, you know, I got to like figure out how to make sure it's all copacetic, right? Because like I'm also a little bit loud, so I got to make sure that I'm not like obnoxious, you know? Anyways, what do we need? We need some tarot. I think we need no. Yep. We need a Masonic tarot, you guys. Because we got a decision day. And I do feel like there's some sense of like, I just heard the word retribution. I don't know if I'm going to take it that far, but like things are getting better for somebody because they have been putting up with crap for too long and they have changed. So balancing out, right? Justice, karma. Totally fine, Keith. I know, right? I'm going to work on that, Lucas. It's not my best skill. Being quiet is not my... I mean, there are definitely things that have taught me how to be quiet, but, you know, talking about the teacher in the back row isn't necessarily, like, the best training for ASMR. We're going to work on it, okay? We have the Knight of Mallets. In this deck, by the way, those are pentacles or associated with, like, earth. And then we also have the Six of Mallets. Yeah, this is like money. Things being balanced that have been off kilter for a while because of some not so great influence in your life. You remove the difficulty and then things get better. It's shocking how that works, right? It's like if you were to try to carry a tray and you had 4 drinks on it, right? And then somebody puts another drink over here and they're not like intelligently placed, you might be like, oh God, you might drop a glass, right? I feel like we have somebody here that had another person constantly putting like empty glasses or drinks on this tray that you had balanced, but they're like, here, can you take this? Here, can you do this? And you're like, hold on, you're messing with the flow. It gets addressed. This person can no longer put things on your tray. So now you have this balance. Now you have this stability. We have Death, Ace of Swords, Seven of Swords, and the reverse. As you heal or recover from the betrayals or difficulties that you've been through because of those that you thought at one time you could trust or rely on, you change in a substantial way. You are still you, but you, I think, have paid closer attention to your intuition and discernment and stopped being dismissive of it. So things are improving because you're being honest with yourself, honest with others, right? I do feel like for a lot of you, you had to be honest with yourself about what was actually preventing you from walking away from this situation. Because I do think you were in your head about it. I do think you were, it's like you're free to go at any time, but that guilt kept you there, right? Four of Swords in the reverse. It feels to me like you have to take a little bit of time to reacclimate to a social situation, learn how to trust people, and that's fine. But I do see you getting to a point where you're making new friends. You're feeling more excited. I don't know if you can hear the thunderstorm out there. Maybe I'll get another video for you guys with that. Or maybe that'll be my first video on the ASMR. Did I say hi to Voyager? Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so we have the Lovers again. So we have a repeat of that. Again, confirming we have a major choice here, right? And for many of you, this is a choice that impacts your love life, your soulmate situation. King of Chalices or King of Cups in the reverse. Who doesn't want you to be happy? You don't say. There's somebody here that contributed to your mental health issues. This could be a family member. This could be an ex. But we have somebody here that does not want you to be moving on, does not want you to be happy. Like, look, I got exes. We all got exes, right? Do we really need to be all like possessive with it? Like, I want you to be happy, even if it isn't with me, which I think is a Paulina Rubio song. Aunque no sea conmigo. We have somebody here that needs to learn that lesson. This King of Cups in the reverse. We have the Page of Chalices, well, Knave of Chalices, and then I threw the cards all over like a weirdo. All right. A little bit more than I wanted, but that's okay. Knave of Chalices and the World in the reverse. This King of Cups in the reverse, don't get too hung up on genders, right? That could be anybody. This is somebody that was always wanting more. Their cup was never full. They were always expecting more from you. And I feel like they did that on purpose. If you're always disappointing me, if I'm always needing more from you, you can't really get to the point where you feel like you can like leave me. So we have the Knight of Swords, 8 of Gold, which is the 8 of Wands in this deck, and the 8 of Mallets, which is the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, there's fast-moving energy here, and it has to do with work. I do feel like at the very least we have somebody here that is going to be getting a promotion, a raise, or a full-on new job. And your money improves, and it happens quickly. So be open to new ventures, trust in being pulled in the right direction, and remember that you do have a lot to offer. I don't want any of that imposter syndrome get in the way of you being happy, okay? All right, what else do we have, please? We have Mature Man, number 5. And High Honor in the reverse. I think this is the King of Cups in the reverse. This is somebody who feels like they're smarter than you. This is somebody who feels like they can manipulate you or they know better than you. The problem is you have exceeded them where it concerns your morality, your compassion, and your ability to understand other people's perspective. So don't negate your own intuition or your own feelings for somebody who is not of high honor. I'll put it that way. Because this is somebody who just thinks about themselves. I don't like people like that. It doesn't take very long to consider the feelings of others. It really doesn't. So we have 19, which is Coffin, and number 2. Did I say the numbers? 5 and 25 over here. And then the main female in the reverse card. There's an ending here with somebody you don't need to be associated with. I feel like this is another person. I think you were dealing with multiple people. You might have had one person at a workplace, one person in your family. You might have had an ex, whatever it is. You had multiple people here that you, I think, needed to walk away from, who were codependent or trying to use you. And I would love to welcome you to the Reformed People Pleasers Club. Join us. The water's fine. I love that, Keith. It's so true. If you don't have haters, you're not doing it right. I don't mind having haters at all. Actually, I find it amusing. Oh, well, come on through, Peggy. There's like thunderstorms here like every week. Hopefully more than that. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes, the subscribes. I'm excited to see some of you all on my second channel. So I'll be sure to let you know when I post the first video over there. And thank you for the people that have requested personal readings. You're awesome. All right, I'll see you on the next reading. Toodles.